My name is Sarah, and I'm 20 years old now. But the story I'm about to share began when I was just 14. When the world still felt safe, and home still felt like love. Even now, it hurts to open these memories. They've stayed buried deep inside, not because I forgot, but because remembering still burns. Yet I need to tell this story, because maybe it can open someone's eyes. Maybe it can save another girl like me. Back then, I lived with my mom and dad in a small rented house on the edge of town. Life wasn't perfect, but it was peaceful. My dad was strict but kind. He'd always say, "You're my little soldier, Sarah. You'll grow stronger than me one day." I believed him. But life has a cruel way of breaking the things we think are permanent. When I was 13, my father died suddenly of a heart attack. That night still replays in my head. The flashing ambulance lights, the whispers of neighbors, my mother's cries echoing through the house. Everything shattered. After his death, my mother changed. She tried to be strong, but grief ate away at her smile. Relatives started whispering, "She's too young to live alone. She should remarry." At first, she refused. But loneliness, it can be a dangerous thing. And that's when he came into our lives. His name was Imran. He was 38, tall, polite, charming in that quiet kind of way that made people instantly trust him. He spoke softly, smiled often, and called everyone dear. At first, I thought he just wanted to make Mum happy. He'd bring sweets for me, take her out shopping, talk about starting a new life together. For the first time in months, my mother laughed again. And I wanted that for her. So I stayed quiet. Even when something about him didn't sit right with me. The way his eyes lingered a little too long. The way his questions shifted from caring to personal. "How's school, Sarah? You're growing up so fast. You're becoming such a beautiful young lady." At first, I told myself it was harmless. Maybe I was imagining it. But deep down, I knew something was off. Then one evening, it happened. Mum wasn't feeling well, and went to bed early. I was in the living room, doing homework. Imran sat down beside me, too close. "Sarah," he said quietly, "you can always trust me. I care for you more than your father ever could." My chest tightened. It wasn't the words. It was the way he said them. I froze, mumbled that I was tired, and ran to my room. That night, I didn't sleep. I just lay there, replaying it in my head, trying to convince myself it was nothing. But I knew better. Because after that night, everything changed. He began finding reasons to be near me. Asking if I'd eaten, if I needed help with homework, if I could bring him a glass of water. And every time, there was that same look, the one that made my skin crawl. I started locking my bedroom door every night, pushing a chair against it, whispering silent prayers until sleep finally came. At school, people noticed. My friends would ask, "Sarah, are you okay?" I'd smile and say I was fine. But I wasn't. I stopped laughing. My grades dropped. My world felt smaller and darker every day. And my mother, she was happier than ever. How could I destroy that for her? Who would believe me? People always blame the girl. They say, she must have misunderstood. Maybe she led him on. So I stayed silent. Silent but broken. Then one night, my mother went to a wedding nearby. I was alone in the house. When I heard his key turn in the door earlier than usual, my stomach dropped. "Sarah, come here. I need to talk to you." My legs felt heavy, but I went. He was sitting on the sofa, smiling, eyes sharp. "Why are you always avoiding me?" he asked. "You don't need to be afraid. I care for you more than anyone else." And just as he stepped closer, I heard the gate creak open. My mother's voice echoed through the house. She was home. Early. Imran froze. Pretended to watch TV. My heart pounded with relief. But that night, I understood one thing. He was waiting for the right moment. And next time, he wouldn't stop. Aisha's parents took me to their home. I cried for hours, finally letting the truth pour out. Every word, every fear, every night I'd spent hiding behind that locked door. They listened. They believed me. The next morning, they called my mother. She came trembling, her face pale with shock. "Mum," I said softly, "he's not who you think he is." At first, she refused to believe me. "No, Sarah, you must be mistaken. Imran loves us." Her denial crushed me. Mom, look at me, I begged. Do I look safe? Do I look happy? Silence. Then tears. She pulled me close and sobbed. Forgive me, Sarah. I should have protected you. That same day she confronted him. His mask fell apart. He shouted, cursed, denied, but his eyes betrayed him. And for the first time my mother stood her ground. Get out, she said. You're never coming near my daughter again. He left. And with him, the darkness left too. But what followed wasn't easy. Relatives whispered. Neighbors judged. Some said, maybe she misunderstood. Their words hurt, but I didn't care anymore. Because I had finally spoken, and my mother believed me. Years passed. I focused on my studies. I rebuilt myself piece by piece. My mother worked hard too, and somehow, that night, I couldn't close my eyes. His voice haunted me. You don't need to be afraid of me. But I was. More than ever. Weeks passed, and I carried that fear in silence. It showed in every part of me. My shaky hands, my sleepless eyes, my fake smiles. Then one Friday evening, it happened again. Mom had gone to visit her aunt. I locked myself in my room, hands trembling. Minutes later, I heard footsteps. Then a knock. Sarah, he said softly. Open the door. I need to talk to you. I didn't move. Knock, knock, knock. Don't act childish. I know you're inside. My heart pounded. I whispered, God, please help me. And then my phone buzzed. A message from my best friend, Aisha. Hey, where are you? Can I call you? I answered instantly. My voice cracked. Please don't hang up. Just stay on the call. She heard the fear. Within minutes, she told her parents. Moments later, the doorbell rang loud, sharp, saving. Imran froze. Outside, Aisha's father shouted, Sarah, are you okay? I rushed to open the door. Imran tried to smile, pretending everything was fine, but I couldn't hold it anymore. Tears fell as I whispered, Uncle, I'm not safe here. That was it. The truth was out, and my silence was broken.